The Haunting of Briarcliff Asylum. Briarcliff Asylum had stood on the edge of town for as long as anyone could remember. The locals spoke of it in hushed tones, sharing tales of the unspeakable horrors that occurred within its walls. Though it had been abandoned for decades, the sinister aura that surrounded the place had never dissipated. One cold, foggy night, 4 friends, Megan, Jason, Sarah, and Ethan, decided to explore the asylum, fueled by curiosity and the thrill of a dare. They parked their car a mile away and made their way through the overgrown path leading to the main entrance. The iron gates creaked open, revealing the towering structure ahead. Vines snaked up its walls, and broken windows gave it the appearance of a decaying monster. "Are we really doing this?" Sarah whispered, her voice trembling. "Come on, it's just an old building," Jason replied, trying to sound brave. "Let's make it quick." They stepped inside, the door groaning as it shut behind them. The air inside was thick with dust and decay. Flashlights in hand, they navigated through the maze of hallways, their footsteps echoing eerily. Old patient records, broken furniture, and rusted medical equipment littered the floor. As they ventured deeper, they came across the surgery room. The sight was horrifying. Rusty scalpels and saws lay scattered across blood-stained tables. A chill ran down their spines as they imagined the gruesome procedures that had taken place there. "Let's keep moving," Ethan suggested, his voice barely a whisper. The group continued, entering what seemed to be the patient's quarters. Each room was a scene of misery, with decaying beds and faded photographs of long-forgotten faces. Megan stopped in front of one door, her heart pounding. She swore she heard a faint whisper. "Did you hear that?" she asked, her voice shaking. "Hear what?" Jason replied, looking around nervously. "It sounded like someone whispering," Megan insisted. Suddenly, the door at the end of the hallway slammed shut. They all jumped, their flashlights flickering wildly. "Let's get out of here," Sarah said, panic rising in her voice. They turned to leave, but the hallway seemed to stretch endlessly. Every step they took seemed to lead them further into the asylum. Panic set in as they realized they were lost. The whispers grew louder, more distinct, and seemed to come from every direction. "Help us!" a voice pleaded, sending chills down their spines. They stumbled into the recreation room, where old toys and games lay abandoned. In the center of the room stood an old, dusty piano. As they watched in horror, the keys began to play on their own, a haunting melody that echoed through the asylum. "Run!" Ethan shouted. They dashed through the labyrinth of hallways, their breaths coming in ragged gasps. The whispers turned into screams, and shadows danced along the walls, reaching out to them. Doors slammed, windows shattered, and the air grew colder with every step. Finally, they burst through the main entrance, gasping for breath. They didn't stop running until they reached their car, their hearts pounding in their chests. As they sped away, they glanced back at the asylum, now shrouded in darkness and silence. None of them spoke a word, but they all knew they had escaped something truly evil. Briarcliff Asylum had claimed many souls, and it was always hungry for more.